Domain 1. You remember the other day we came in, we gave you all 5 domains in one sitting. Now we're going to go deep inside of each domain. So, right now, there's 6 lies that are working against your brain. Lies you've been told your whole life. Lies your doctor may have told you. Lies your parents probably believed. Lies the supplement aisle was built on. Lies that have cost millions of adults the back half of their life. I'm going to name all 6 of them tonight. And I'm going to take them apart with the same science those same doctors are required to know. If you've ever caught yourself saying it runs in the family, you believed one of them. If you ever told someone it's just a senior moment, you believed one of them. If you've ever picked up a bottle off the brain health shelf and spent $40 hoping, you believed all of them. This is the deep dive on domain 1 of the Whealthy Brain Blueprint movement. But before we go to what works, we have to clear the wreckage of what does not. I'm Sean Smith. This is Aging Wealthily. Citizens, let's name them. Here's the lie. It is mostly genetic. My mother had it. My father had it. There's nothing I can do. This lie is the most popular one. It is the one your doctors probably said in some softened version. It is the one your family says at Thanksgiving when someone forgets your name. It is the one the supplement industry uses to sell you a bottle as your only option. It is also flatly contradicted by the largest, most respected analysis of brain health research on the planet. In 2024, the Lancet Commission, the medical journal most respected by physicians in the world, not in the country, in the world, they published the latest update of its commission on dementia prevention. The Lancet Commission identified 14 specific lifestyle and health factors that are linked to dementia risk. Together, those 14 factors account for roughly 45% of dementia cases worldwide. 45%, almost half. Let me say what that means clearly. Genetics matter. Of course they matter. But genetics are not destiny. The 45% figure is the population attributable risk, meaning if everyone in the world maximized their lifestyle protection, dementia cases worldwide could be reduced by nearly half. Now, here's the honest caveat. Because the brand does not sell certainty. The 45% is a population estimate. It does not mean you will reduce your personal risk by 45% if you do everything right. Some individuals carry genetic factors like the APOE4 gene variant. That gene elevates the risk significantly. Now, for those individuals, lifestyle still matters, but it doesn't erase the genetic component. What is true for the population is this. The science has shifted dramatically in the last 15 years. The old story that brain health was mostly written before you were born is wrong. The new story is harder to hear because it puts the work on you. But it's also better news. It's better news than the supplement aisle has ever told you. The lie says there's nothing you can do, but the truth says there are 14 things that you can do, and you control most of them. If your doctor still tells you to lie, then ask better questions. If your family still tells you to lie, share this video with them. If the bottle still tells you to lie, put it back on the shelf. That's all. That is lie number 1. We got 5 more coming. Now, lie number 2 is that decline is inevitable. Brain decline is a normal part of aging. You ever heard that lie before? Most of us believe it. Everyone slows down. Everyone forgets. I bet you heard that one too. It's just what happens. Oh, we heard that. Watch where you hear this one. Watch how often you said it yourself. The birthday card that jokes about losing your mind at 60. The senior moment shrug. The well-meaning friend who tells you, oh, that happens to everyone. The doctor who says, at your age, that is normal. All of them are telling you a version of the same lie. Now, here's what science actually shows you. Some cognitive change with age is real. Processing speed slows. New information takes a little longer to lock in. That's normal aging. And it does not significantly affect the day-to-day life for most healthy adults. But the steeper decline most people fear, the forgetting names, the losing words, the disorganization, those are not normal. Those are signs that something specific is happening. And many of the things that drive them are modifiable. In 2011, researchers at the University of Pittsburgh did an experiment that should have rewritten every conversation about aging brains. Dr. Kirk Arison and his team randomly assigned 120 older adults, average age of 67, to either a year-long walking program or a stretching control group. The walkers walked 40 minutes 3 times a week. That's it. No supplements, no special diet, just walking. After 1 year, the walkers' hippocampus, the part of the brain that lays down new memories, had actually grown by about 2%. I want you to stop and hear what that means. The hippocampus normally shrinks in older adults. Year after year, it gets smaller. That shrinkage is what we have been calling normal aging. The walkers reversed it. Walking 3 times a week for 1 year was associated with their hippocampus growing, not just declining more slowly, but actually growing by about 2%. The control group who only did stretching, they kept shrinking. Now, the honest caveat, this was one study, about 120 participants. The finding has been supported by other research, though. But the effect varies from person to person. Now, we're not promising a specific change to your hippocampus. We are saying decline is a trajectory, not a destination. And trajectories can be changed. The lie says decline is normal. The truth says decline is one possible trajectory. And you are partly the author of which one you're on. Stop accepting senior moments. Get curious about what your brain can do at 75 if you treat it well from 50 forward. That is lie number 2. We got 4 more coming. Lie number 3, the lie of catastrophic forgetting. If I forget things, I should worry about Alzheimer's. This lie is more cruel than the others because the people who believe it are often suffering from the anxiety it creates, which then makes their memory worse. I want you to listen carefully. Almost every memory slip you have in a given week is not Alzheimer's. You forget where you put your keys. You walk into the room and forget why. You can't remember the name of an actress in a movie you watched last month. You blank on a word mid-sentence. These are not warning signs. They are normal cognition under modern conditions. Here's what is actually causing most of your forgetfulness. And none of it is dementia. Sleep debt. You woke up at 3 a.m. last week. Bad sleep wrecks short-term memory. Stress and anxiety. Your stress hormones literally interfere with memory encoding. The more anxious you are about forgetting, the more you forget. That is why memory test anxiety is as its own thing. Medication side effects. Several common prescriptions, including some blood pressure medications, sleep aids, and certain anticholinergic drugs. Try saying that 3 times fast. They can cause memory issues. Most doctors do not mention this. Multitasking. You're not paying attention when you put the keys down. That's not a memory problem, that's an attention problem. Different systems. Caffeine, hydration, low blood sugar, all real. So when should you actually be concerned? Here's the honest list. When you get lost in familiar places, when you cannot perform familiar tasks, making coffee, getting dressed, the routine you've done 1,000 times, when you have trouble following conversations, or your word retrieval changes in a way that other people notice, when your judgment changes in ways that family members find alarming, those are different. Those weren't a conversation with the doctor. But forgetting where you parked at the mall, that's not Alzheimer's. That's your brain operating exactly as designed under conditions of distraction. The supplement industry has built an empire on confusing those two things. They want you anxious. Anxious adults buy bottles. Anyone who is genuinely worried about their memory should talk to their doctor. We're not telling you to ignore the real symptoms. We're telling you to stop catastrophizing normal forgetting. The lie says every memory slip should scare you. You know what the truth says? Know the actual warning signs and stop letting the supplement aisle and your anxiety make your memory even worse. That's lie number 3. We got 3 more to go. Lie number 4, the lie of separate aisles. Exercise is for the heart. Supplements are for the brain. This is the lie the supplement industry has spent the most money convincing you of. If you walk into any pharmacy, walk past the cardio aisle, vitamins for blood pressure, fish oil for cholesterol, magnesium for blood sugar. Now walk 3 steps to the next shelf, the brain shelf. Different brand colors, different font, different promises, memory support, cognitive function, mental sharpness. The shelves are different on purpose. They want you to believe the heart and the brain are different systems with different solutions, different aisles, different prescriptions, different bottles. It is one of the most successful marketing lies in American consumer health. Now, here's what the science actually shows. The heart and the brain are not 2 organs, they are one circuit. Every artery that feeds your brain depends on the same vascular system that feeds your heart. Every risk factor that damages your heart, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, sedentary living, damages your brain on the same timeline. The U.S. Pointer trial, the most important brain health study in American history, published in the JAMA 2025, proved this conclusively. I'll take on anybody from that supplement genre. The science backs what I'm saying. 2,111 older adults, 2 years, a structured program built around 5 lifestyle habits. The first habit on the list was physical exercise. Pointer Structured Group showed an estimate 1 to 2 years of slowed cognitive aging compared to the self-guided group. 1 to 2 years from habits, the first of which was movement. Now here's an honest caveat. Pointer tested 5 habits together, not movement alone. The trial does not tell us how much of 1 to 2 year benefit came from exercise versus the other 4 habits. What Pointer does prove is this: the same lifestyle work that protects your heart, protects your brain. Same circuit, same plan. The U.S. dietary supplement industry is roughly $50 billion a year. Billion. A significant chunk of that is marked at adults over 50 for brain health. And almost none of it has strong evidence behind it. In 2019, the FDA and the FTC sent warning letters to companies marketing unapproved Alzheimer's related products. The Department of Justice has prosecuted consumer fraud cases in this space. That is the federal government calling the brain shelf what it is. The lie says exercise is for one organ and supplements are for another. The truth says the bottle is the lie. The movement is the medicine. Stop spending $40 a month on brain supplements. Spend 40 days walking. The science is on your side. That is lie number 4. 2 more to go. Number 5, the lie of gate-kept effort. Walking does not count. You need a real workout. If you're not sweating, you're not working. This lie has done more damage to brain health in middle-aged adults than almost any other lie because it stops them before they even start. It comes from the fitness industry, from CrossFit era gym culture, from decades of magazine covers showing impossible bodies, from the cultural assumption that exercise has to hurt to count. Then you read all that and you look at yourself and you decide that since you can't do 90 minutes of any workout, you might as well sit on the couch. Either it's all out or it's nothing. Now, the science is not on the fitness industry side here either. Pointer's protocol, the actual prescription, the most important brain health trial in American history was this: 30 to 35 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise, 4 times a week. Strength and flexibility exercises, twice a week. That's it. That is the whole prescription. Moderate aerobic means you can talk in short sentences but not sing. Walking briskly means that meets that definition. Swimming meets that definition. Cycling meets that definition. Gardening with effort meets that definition. In 2011, Erickson's study, the one that found hippocampal growth, used walking 40 minutes, 3 times a week. Walking, not deadlifts, not Peloton, walking. The brain does not reward maximum effort. The brain rewards consistency. Every time you move at a moderate intensity, your heart pumps more blood through every artery, including the ones feeding your brain. Your body releases a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. That is a piece of jargon, so let me translate it for you. BDNF is like miracle growth for your brain. It helps your existing brain cells stay healthy. It helps new connection forms between cells. Movement is one of the most reliable ways to increase BDNF. Not heroic movement, moderate movement. You see, the fitness industry has gate-kept brain health from millions of older adults by convincing them that they need to bench press their body weight or run a 5K. The science says you need to walk to your mailbox, then the block, then the neighborhood. The fitness industry does not tell you walking counts, but because they can't sell walking. The supplement industry does not tell you movement is the answer, because they cannot bottle movement. Your doctor does not have a 15-minute appointment to tell you any of this, because the system is not designed for it. We are. The industry, it never respected us. We were customers to them, numbers on a spreadsheet, but we are building a nation. And in this nation right here, the citizens, Betty, they still benefited. Betty, they still benefited. The hippocampus growth in the Erickson study happened in adults whose hippocampus had already started to shrink, and they reversed it. You're not behind. You're exactly where the research starts. One more honest caveat. Starting later does mean some windows are smaller. If you're 75, you don't have 40 years of habit building ahead of you. The earlier you start, the bigger the cumulative effect. But smaller window is not the same as no window. And the alternative, believing the lie and doing nothing, is the only choice that guarantees the worst outcome. The clock on this work starts the day you decide to do it. Not 20 years ago. Not when you're thinner. Not when you had more time. Today. If you take one thing from this entire video, I want you to take this. Every day you move, you vote for the version of you that gets to keep your memories. That is lie number 6. All 6 have been named. All 6 have been taken apart. Now, what do you do about it? Here's what the 6 lies have in common. They were all designed by an industry, a culture, or your own self-talk to keep you from doing one thing that actually works. The supplement mile does not want you to move. The fitness industry does not want you walking. The healthcare system does not have time to tell you what works. And the version of you that has been told these lies for decades does not want to admit that they were lies. Because if they were lies, then the responsibility comes back to you. I know that is hard. I know it is heavier than take this pill. But it's also true. And true is what we do here. We built something for you. It's called the Whealthy Brain Blueprint. It's a free booklet that walks you through domain 1, movement, and the 4 others that are coming: sleep, food, social connection, heart, brain. Each domain takes one slice of the truth and turns it into a week you can actually live. To get it, you're going to join our Facebook group, the Wealthy Nation. And we will send you the blueprint straight to your inbox. The link will be down in the description. There's nothing to buy. You don't have to do anything today. You just have to stop believing the lies. Citizens, we're glad you're here because we don't age quietly. We age wealthily. Take care of your brain, and I'll see you in the next one.